Hello and welcome to episode number 55 on the Online Trainers Podcast. Today's topic is focus on one course until successful. Hello and welcome to the Online Trainers Podcast, where we go behind the scenes to uncover the latest tactics and strategies top trainers around the world are using to get more clients, dominate their marketplace, and get their clients amazing results. There is absolutely no fluff here. I'm your host, Lynn Trin. Now, you may have noticed the acronym of FOCUS, F-O-C-U-S, focus on one course until successful. And why I want to bring this up today is really more for my own reflection. Because if you've been listening to the podcast shows, then you would know that the best way to learn something is if you can teach something. Okay. And that's what you should be doing inside your online training businesses or online coaching businesses or offline coaching businesses, is to tell your clients what to do, but also educate them on why they should do it. Okay, because like I've said before, the person who teaches a man how to fish is more valuable than the person who gives a man a fish, right? The person who teaches a man how to fish does not become a commodity. He becomes the expert. And so the other guy, the guy that gives a man a fish, becomes a commodity. And when the customer looks for fish, he's really going to compare him on prices, okay? Whereas if you're seen as the expert, if you're seen as someone new, if you're seen as a leader, the innovator, the person that consistently gets results time and time again, the person that stays on top of the trends, the person that knows how to market, the person that knows how to innovate and create great products, you are going to succeed. But with all that being said, everybody needs to start somewhere. And I do this a lot in my life, and I've done this quite a fair bit, and that is I've gotten super excited by different ideas. I've gotten super excited by membership sites, running a membership site. How cool would that be? How easy would that be to sell a $20 a month membership site? And so that idea sinks well. It sat well with me initially because that was me hitting a roadblock to resistance and deviating from what I knew I should be doing. And that is been selling my $1,500 programs, because in terms of the return on income, the amount of income generated, the return on time invested, the return of investment in money was far greater than the $20 a month membership site, also the $7 ebook, or any other things that you want to do. And I get that, because when you're doing one path, when you're succeeding with one path and you hit a roadblock, what tends to happen is your mind looks for an easier way out. Okay. And so when I'm telling you to set up this flagship program, because for a long time I set up this flagship program, and one of the biggest limiting beliefs were, why would anybody pay for me? Right? Why wouldn't they just go and use an Instagram 12-week ebook for $50? Why would they pay $1,000, $1,500 for me and my services? And that limiting belief held me back, because it made me realize it stemmed to the core surface of my sales process, my lead generation process, my follow-up process. And that limiting belief at the end of the day was really, really toxic. Okay. And affected the whole business. And so what I'm trying to tell you is that as soon as I hit that roadblock, because it's one thing for me to tell you what to do, and it's one thing for you to hear what you should be doing, but it's another thing for your body to really transmit that message and go all in with it. And the issue is, if you don't go all in with it, it's not going to work. And what I mean by go all in with it is focus on one course until successful. And that is taking the message, taking the idea, and doing whatever it takes to get there. So for most personal trainers from $0 to $50,000 a year, I recommend setting up a flagship program. It's one core program. What is your ultimate transformation program that can get your niche client to their destination? Set up that transformation program, and you might start out at $500 because you haven't validated that you're worth more than $500. If you're starting out, you may only be worth $500. Heck, you might be worth $100, right? So you can't go out there and justify $2,000 because you need to justify that to yourself. You need to see the value in yourself before the other people can see the value in you. And so what happens is when you don't see the value in yourself, you hit resistance. You're going to hit this stumbling roadblock and tell yourself that no one's buying programs. This doesn't work. Resistance is when excuses come up. Resistance is when your partners, your friends tell you to stop working. These are signs of resistance that's coming in because they don't understand where you and I are, right? They don't understand the journey. They don't understand the process. They don't understand the grind. They don't understand we're doing this because we want to crack this freedom code This freedom code that's going to let you live life on your own terms. Having the tools and having the knowledge to be able to create and sell will hand you the keys to your freedom. So today's topic really is stemming back on you, it's stemming back on myself, it's stemming back on setting ourselves with a specific goal. It's being smart about that goal. How do we get to that goal in the fastest possible route where we don't get scattered and dragged through the mud? And so for you and I, the question is, can we stay focused on this course? Can we push past the resistance and focus? Because without focus, we won't get anywhere. Without focus, we live in a world where there is no focus, where we are losing focus, where the sign of our mobile vibrating is like cocaine to an addict, right? It's absolutely ridiculous. And inside this world where most people can't focus, if you can focus, if I can focus, then we win. Then we win. Because we may not seem as though we're moving fast, but we're moving a lot further. And the aim of the game isn't to move fast, it is to move further. And in understanding how you move further, you need to push past resistance. And that for you really is setting up a program and going all in today, making that decision, right? That you're going to set up your online program. You're going to take the memory card out of your brain and put it into an online flagship program so that anybody else, any of your clients that sign up to that program can take that memory chip and plug it into their brain. That's the ultimate form of leverage. And in understanding when you get this ultimate form of leverage, you are no longer stuck inside your business. You can then focus on marketing. You can then focus on selling. And this is where focus comes in, right? Because focus comes into taking the information out of your brain, and giving a man a fish, but also teaching him how to fish. That's the ultimate form, put inside a flagship program. That's the first step of focus, getting that done. The second step of focus is to go, right, I'm going to focus on lead generation. I might run a challenge. I might set up a video series. I just might run a huge opportunity ad and get some quick leads right now, right? I might put up a boosted post on Instagram. I might do 100 different million things. You pick a form and you make it work. Don't deviate. Don't do 100 different things. Pick one. Find out the best form and see what the outcome you want from that form of lead generation to be. So if you want 100 leads, cool, get 100 leads. The next step, focus on the sales process. Okay, make it your goal that you won't deviate this until you get 20 people to sign up to your flagship program. Because I see a lot of the times what will happen on this journey is that we will hit resistance. We will move in to create this program. We will create it, but we won't believe in ourselves. We're going to go, I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to give it a bit of a run. I'm going to give it a bit of a try. You know what happens? When you give it a bit of a try, you will fail, right? Because at the first ounce of resistance, you will step back and say, right, this is too hard. The fact is you need to anticipate that resistance is coming and do everything that you can to push past. And once you overcome resistance, because you have focus, because you have clarity, because you've removed 100 different things around you, 100 different distractions, any of the shiny objects like, oh, you can generate cheap leads here, you can generate cheap leads there, you can sell via email, you can sell via blogs, you can sell via copy, you can sell via phone calls, you can sell via webinars. Right? You're removing all the distractions and you know what path you're taking to get to your end goal. And that is what focus is. It's actually saying no to the 50 other million things that you could be doing and going all in with the 3 to 4 things that really matter in your business today. Because I see this in myself. And in understanding this and realizing this, in really acknowledging this and feeling it go through my nervous system, I really feel as though I can teach it to you so that it makes an impact on your business. Because the truth is, strategies aren't going to work, right? Strategies is 20%. But if you don't have the focus, you don't have the determination to go all in, it's not going to work. You can have the best strategies in the world. I can put it on a silver platter for you with a silver spoon and feed it to you. But if you don't swallow what I'm trying to give you, it's not going to work. But the first step is you deciding on what is it that you want today? What is it that you really want to get? What is the outcome? Where are you now? And where do you want to be? Figure out exactly where you are now. What's your business doing? How many clients do you have? How much money are you making? How much time are you working right now? And then figure out, well, okay, in 3 months, what does my business want to look like? What is it that my business is going to be? How much money am I going to make? How much am I going to work? What products and programs will I have created? And then connect the dots. Because a lot of the times we want to go somewhere, We want to get to a point B ourselves inside our business, but the fact is we don't know where we are. We don't know point A because we haven't gotten clear on that. And as soon as you get clear on point A and you know where you're going to point B, it's a simple route. But you need to get clear on exactly where you are at the moment. What are your assets now? What do you have in front of you now? That is all for today, and I really hope that helps you, and I really hope that inspires you, and I feel like I've gotten into a deep trance, which is absolutely amazing. But I feel as though why I've done this podcast episode today is because there is just so much chatter. There's so much chatter online, and yet we should be disconnecting. You know, when I was flying back to Melbourne from LA, that 14 hours I was looking forward to so much because I could focus. There was no distractions around me. I could plan, I could think. You know what? It was liberating. The reasons why I've done this podcast episode for you today is really because I want you to clear your mind and focus so that you can get more things done, so that you can move forward, and so that you can find those keys to your freedom, right? Find the keys and have it, because freedom is the ability to know that you can create, you can change people's lives, and you can get paid for it. That is all I have for you today. And don't forget to share this podcast episode with another trainer and help them focus as well. It is key, crucial. All right, all you need to do is just press a few buttons on your iPhone, press the little box in the bottom left corner, send it, and that will be all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you on the next podcast episode. All right, if you enjoyed this podcast, please leave me a 5-star review on iTunes, and feel free to leave a review, and that way I can respond and I can take that on board in developing content to serve you. Now, if you're not a part of the Online Trainers Club on Facebook, please do yourself a favor and be a part of the conversation. That's where I add daily tips, tricks, and strategies on how you can build out funnels, how you can get more clients, and ultimately become a better online coach. Thank you for listening.